If you'll jump at any opportunity to cross-dress as a joke, you might be a transbian. If you make friends with girls, and especially queer girls, really easily, but feel kinda uncomfortable talking to men, you might be a transbian. If you've ever wished that you experienced really violent gender dysphoria, just so you could know for sure that you actually had gender dysphoria, that is a form of gender dysphoria, and you might be a transbian. If your favorite anime is Madoka Magica, you might be a transbian. If you have a very hard time understanding how anyone could be attracted to men, including yourself, you might be a transbian. If you've ever seen a picture of a hot girl and your first thought was, "Holy shit, I'm gay." Wait, no I'm not. Your first thought may have been correct, because you might be a transbian.
What the f*** are you talking about, man?
So that fellow we just heard from in the first clip, who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian, basically just said he's a straight dude that likes women, right? I mean, he definitely took the long way to get there, but we reached the same conclusion. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a fairly crazy weekend Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have absolutely no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment, this rather rotund individual is Daisy. And like the fella from the first clip, Daisy is also a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transman or trans lesbian. Now, Daisy and that fellow we just heard from have a couple of things in common. First of all, they won't date each other. They will only date cis lesbians and they will only use ladies' restrooms. What?
That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
All right, we're going to keep it moving with our TDS, also known as Trump Derangement Syndrome segment of the video. This is one of those Stitch TikToks where a young liberal woman is going to come in and tell us why she hates Trump so much. Roll it.
I have a question. Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him so much?
I'd like to start this out by saying I don't hate any human beings. I don't hate any other person because having hate in your heart doesn't do anybody any good. With that being said, I hate what he has turned our country into. I hate that he has made racism acceptable in our society. I hate that his rhetoric has broken families up. I hate that his lies and his behavior have turned our country into an embarrassment and a circus. I hate that he has taken people like my mother and made them believe anything they read on the internet. And last and most certain of all, the thing that I hate the most is that he has downgraded the office, which was once a prestigious and respected place and hallowed ground. And he turned it into a joke. And he used it as his own personal piggy bank. And he enriched himself, even though it violated emoluments clauses. He broke our government. Whether you like to believe that that's what happened is up to you.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
Real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, you want to help support the channel, and you want to melt some snowflakes like the young lady we just heard from, grabbing one of these t-shirts is a great way to do it, and here it is. The Revenge Tour 2024 mugshot t-shirt. Now, this is the most famous mugshot in the history of all mugshots. So if you want to grab yourself a little piece of history, there will be a link to the t-shirt in the description box below. And I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
Yes! That's awesome!
All right, next up we have this lovely lady who is about to make a very bold claim. She says that white men are the most dangerous species in the entire world. Clearly, she's not familiar with the FBI crime statistics. Roll it.
And I'm just going to say it. fucking unapologetically going to say it. White men are the most dangerous species in the entire fucking world to women and to everyone else. So we can reframe, right? Men want to be like, not all men. It's always a white man that fucking says that, by the way. Not all men are like that. Okay, so let's reframe the question. Would you rather be trapped in the woods with a white man or a black man? A white man or an Arab man? A white man or an Asian man? A white man or an Italian man? This one might be tough. A white man or a Frenchman? White men are the problem. You are who we are all afraid of. And if you all do not start fucking changing your shit, we're gonna come fucking eat you.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
So that young lady has been brainwashed with propaganda that can actually be very detrimental to her health. She thinks white men are dangerous, but she thinks she can go to any inner city gas station late at night and she'll be fine. Good luck with that. Anyway, next up. So this fella says, if I told you I was trans on the first date, would you stay? Rolling.
If I told you that I was trans on our first date, would you stay?
Oh, hell no! Run! Run!
Now, do you ever wonder why there isn't really any funny, and I'm talking like toilet humor, raunchy comedy, TV shows, or movies anymore? Well, it's because of people like this. They are so sensitive and have no sense of humor, they have to go and ruin it for everybody. Roll it.
So I just got done playing tennis in my small little Tennessee conservative town. It was a mixed doubles group, and you can see I'm dressed pretty, I don't know, mask, androgynous, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not exactly going around announcing to people in this group that I'm non-binary, so most of them probably don't know. But while I was there was a man there that made a transphobic joke. And it was offensive, and it was loud. He yelled it across the court. And my first instinct was shame, like, oh gosh, I really, and then it was fear, and then it was like, no, screw it, I gotta say something. And so I turned to him and I said, hey, I'm non-binary, I'd lay off the transphobic jokes. And he said, what's non-binary? What does it even mean? And I said, the fact that you don't know what it means is even more reason that you lay off joking about trans people. And he said, well, are you a boy? Are you a girl? I said, I'm neither. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary. And he said, well, it's just genetics. And I said, I have spent so many more years and so many more hours and so much more life energy researching and learning about this topic than you ever will in your entire life. I promise you, I know more about it than you do. And he goes, oh, well, I mean, it was really more of a guy joke, I guess, than a, oh, okay. And I was ready for more because I thought he was going to keep going, right? Keep going at me. And he didn't. We ended up playing for another 45 minutes, and he was very quiet. He was much more reserved. And I realized, I think that small interaction is going to make him think twice in the future about making trans jokes. Even when he looks around and thinks he's in a conservative area with all cisgender people, he's going to think twice. And I'm glad I said something. I'm glad I had the courage to say something, because too many times in my life, I have let jokes and offensive things like that slide, and I want to start doing better.
What the hell did you just say?
Are you a boy? Are you a girl? I said, I'm neither. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds fucking retarded.
Real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen now. I literally have no idea what the hell this is, so enjoy. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by our first sponsor, wanted to remain anonymous. So you know who you are. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Second sponsor of today's video is our great friend, Brian Tresser. Brian, thank you so much, not only for your service in the Marine Corps, but for sponsoring today's video as well. I really appreciate the kind words, generosity, and support. And as I stated in the last video, Brian sponsored several videos, so you will be hearing his name quite a bit in the near future. So Once again, today's video sponsors are Anonymous and Brian Tresser. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Just get this off the screen, please. Oof.
That's fucking weird, huh? Holy shit. What the hell was that all about?
So I'm sure most of you are aware by now what's going on at these colleges throughout the country with these protests. So let's go ahead and meet some of these young protesters to see if they're our best and brightest. Roll it.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Lee. I use it, he, they pronouns. I am an intersex and trans and Jewish activist. We are here at the mechanic at the U of M. And I am here as a Jewish person with Palestinian family because it is a, and if I keep hearing that it's a war, I'm gonna go crazy. And the demand is really simple. It's boycott, divest, sanction. And it's not that hard. The fact that people are trying to stop such a little change to try and stop it is kind of crazy to me.
Oh my God, look at that whale.
So that young lady who still wears her obedience mask and uses it, he pronouns probably wasn't the best representation of these protesters we could find. So let's see if we could find some better representation in this video where this young fella, Nick Shirley, goes around to these college campus protests and does his man on the street type interviews. Roll it.
I want to know if they actually understand why they are protesting and see if they can give me any good answers. What are you guys out here protesting for?
No comment.
Why are you guys out here today?
Speak to the organizers.
Why can't I wanted to ask you though.
Official statements from the organizers only.
In the simplest terms, why are you guys protesting? Why are you guys protesting today?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't think it would be a good idea if we...
Why are you guys protesting?
Just to be a part of the cause.
And what's the cause?
Yeah, I'm not the right person to talk to either.
It's not our job to talk. We're just here to support. We are not the spokespeoul of this event. This is the wrong people to talk to.
I'm not asking for the spokesperson. I'm just asking why you guys are protesting.
This is...
Even though we would call the police if we're in trouble, the police are a repressive system. They do not do any good for any community. They are not stopping crime. Police arrive after crime has been committed. We fund the police as if they solve all the community's problems. We should defund the police and put that money towards community resources like mental health, drug addiction rehabilitation, schools, community programs, and it would keep people out of committing crimes. The cops, all they do is try to get as many brown and black people into the prison system because mass incarceration these days is really just modern day slavery. So even if I might call the cops if I need help, the cops, the police, the way that system runs. The police do more bad than they do good.
But you would call them if you needed help?
Yes.
So why are you guys protesting today?
I don't want to talk to press, I'm sorry.
They don't really want to talk. Why are you guys protesting here today?
I don't want to do this, sorry.
We're asking people why they're protesting here today.
Because I want to see Empire fall.
But there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there.
All right, next up we have this, and I quote, I'm using her own words, angry lesbian rant, while people not being super thrilled with all these protests being put on by these geniuses we just saw. Roll it.
I cannot wrap my head around the way some of you people think. Almost every single one of you damn people that's so upset about people protesting, not even just at the colleges, but in general, calling us H supporters and T sympathizers, are the same people that are like, quit sending my money to other countries. I'm not going to give my money to illegals. I don't know. Stop it. Do you hear yourselves? Do you not think before you speak? Why is the situation so different? You're just so up in arms about money being spent on illegals. My money, my tax dollars don't need to go to illegals. And that money is just a fraction of what we are sending over to is not real. Our tax dollars are funding a geo site. But you're mad at protesters for protesting that they don't want their tax dollars spent towards that. Make it make sense. That's just like this certain group of people that are all pissed off because people are putting tents on college campuses. You can't do that. That's illegal. Stop it right now. Oh, now you have a problem with settlements in places where they don't belong. Hypocrites. All of you. I cannot wrap my head around the ignorance. Not only should you be embarrassed, you should feel stupid. Because that's what it is. The shit just doesn't make sense. And you want to know something else that doesn't make sense? How is Joe Biden trying to ban TikTok? And I just saw his presidential campaign on TikTok. That's my angry lesbian rant for the day.
She's fit for a straitjacket. This broad's 3 ways towards the weekend.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this very quick clip of former Vice President Joe Biden literally saying the quiet part out loud. He asks how many times does Trump have to prove they can't be trusted. He said it, not me. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
In a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Say what?
In a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
That's the dumbest thing you could have said. What are you, an idiot?
And you ain't black.